Hey YouTube, what's going on? Kyle with TheCardGuyz. I'm joined by Alex King. You ended up just placing top 4 at our Pro Quest with Viserai. Give me your thoughts. I know you ended up getting out in top 4, but you literally almost got there. That was such a close match.
Yeah, a bit. I think very unlucky in the semis game. That was really hard, like to just finish the match and not feel like you were unlucky to lose.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say right off the bat that I just think it's the best deck. I have some cards I'm planning on changing going into next week's BTQs, but I think you have like 1.5 kind of sketchy matchups, and everything else is fantastic. I think his list is really clean too.
I agree. I would say so as well. Talk to us about your matchups that you had today.
So immediately dropped round 1 to Sneed, Alex Sneed, you guys. Yeah. So I will say right off the bat, we had a plan that we kind of made last second, like a day or two ago, and we played like 5 games, and we went 4-1 against Starvo specifically. We were like, okay, we'll do it. Sounds good. I lost both my Starvo games today, and one of them was round 1 against Alex, because y'all's deck is really nice. There's a lot of things that look really good about it. I'm excited to kind of see. Round 2, I played against Reinar. It wasn't particularly close. Round 3,
it was actually me and you.
We played. It was a game for the ages. This is my favorite game I played today.
It was a very close game.
I was forced. So you were forced to hit on a Sonata. You did, like a Sonata for 0.
Yeah.
To give me a block out, I just played Read the Runes at 1 life and pass turn.
And I whiffed. I hit the
and he whiffed. He couldn't like Rosetta me. He had like 3 non-attacks and a 9th blade.
There's 3 blue non-attacks and a 9th blade, and I could do 3 and 2.
They definitely weren't all blues, or else you just would have swung a 9th blade. But it was wild. Super close. Then I played against Bolton. They're on Raiden. I like 30'd them on turn 2. Just sometimes you do that.
Played that guy as well.
And then I played 2 chains in a row, which are 2 more card guys. I played
Neil and then Sebastian.
Played Neil and Sebastian, yeah.
Okay.
And got lucky they didn't. The matchup's kind of flippy. I think you're a little bit favored. But, going into top 8, I played another Reinar. Another very close game where I made a blocking decision that left me dead to Reckless Swing.
Really?
If you drew it. Yeah, basically I was just like, I had a Mortar Tide that I could have blocked with after some Intimidates. And I just decided that like blocking with Mortar Tide means I probably lose. But keeping Mortar Tide in hand and going to 2 means he has to draw Reckless Swing.
Yeah.
He didn't draw it. And then Starvo in the quarters where I got kind of wrecked.
Tell us what happened to that one.
Yeah,
it's still crazy to me though that you literally whiffed that bad and still made it a fucking game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So okay, so I just want to kind of explain like the concept we had. So we're like, we played a bunch into Starvo, and we decided that like full sending, like playing really aggressive into Starvo, which was our strategy up until now, was kind of inconsistent because they could just high roll you really badly. And we kind of didn't want that to happen because it's not that hard for Bravo to high roll. I know it's high roll, but it's not that hard for them to do. So we decided to play all the defense reactions in OTK Bravo. Start of the show. So, and this is exactly the same thing that happened against Alex, where I just had just really clunky hands that weren't particularly functional.
Yeah.
And then he got the ball rolling early, found a Pulse Haven early, and was able to just like consistently use. Ended up going down to 5, Sonating for 13 cards, drew 3, put him to 5, and then from there he ended up killing me.
Yeah.
But I think that's the main thing I want to change. I'll talk about it in a second, but I don't think we want to play any defense reactions in this deck. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. I really want to shore up that matchup. So I think everything else is very good.
Okay. Let's look at the list here. Like we said, you're playing Viserai. I guess talk about your suite first. It looks to me you still elected for the Reaping Blade. And still playing the Crown.
Yeah, Crown's like fine. You play it in the mirror. It's really important to have some Nora in the mirror. But yeah. So Rosetta Thorn's fantastic. This is your normal suite. This is what you're gonna see in every Viserai deck.
Yeah, I mean that's.
You play it against almost everybody. Reaping Blade is a tech card for Oldhim. They're actually playing finals over here, so they're kind of. Congratulations, whoever won! They just finished.
Randall won. Randall won.
What was the
Gambler's Love.
Gamblers?
That's
Yeah.
the card for him.
Starvo won.
Starvo won.
Prism
Beat
played
in the
against
final.
Starvo like 8 times today and finally dropped a game.
Wow.
I don't think he played anybody besides he played one Oldham and then 7 Starvos in a row. 8 Starvos in a row. Yeah.
Let's keep on talking about this. I don't want to talk about Starvo.
Yeah. So Reaping Blade is a tech card for Oldham. Oldham has a strategy. If you watch the Australian Nationals finals with Hayden Dale, Oldham has a strategy against Viserai where we want to OTK him, obviously, because he can't really deal with it.
Yeah.
Where he plays 3 tomes, the red sigils, and the goal for Oldham is just don't attack. You just get to like 64, 67 life or whatever. And then Viserai ends up at a point where you have to use so many of your non-attack actions to build up rune chance that by the time you get to like the 30 required to kill them, your Sonata ratio is horrendous.
Yeah.
To where like you might only draw Sonata look at 20 cards and only draw 4 cards.
Yeah.
And they're at 65. So that's something I just didn't want to deal with. So that's what this is for.
Okay.
You just stop that.
Fair enough. Let's get into the main nonsense. This is the main juice, right?
Yeah, basically, almost every matchup, these cards over here, they just don't change.
Okay.
The exceptions are against Prism. We board out the Oath of the Arc Knights for the Runic Reclamations.
Okay.
And against Oldham, where we want to OTK, we cut the Enlightened Strikes and 1 Spellblade Assault. I can even see cutting some combination of 4 of these cards. Against every other deck in the game, these are the cards you're playing. And then we add in cards just depending on what the plan is. So really, when it comes to sideboarding, you kind of have some options where it's like, do you think that you're going to need to like slow down a bit, like slow the game down and build up to that like 8 to 10 rune chant mark and then Sonata kill them? Or do you think you need to be aggressive every single turn of the game?
Yeah.
And that's, when you think you're going to need to chill out some, stuff like Katsu, my brain's kind of fried. Any kind of deck that's going to be aggressive but also won't punish you for like chilling for a turn.
Yeah.
You're going to play the Reader Runes. And then against basically everybody else, you're going to play the Yellow Skies. And then we have the Defense Reaction Suite, which the reduces are for Katsu. The reason we play them is for Katsu, Starvo, and Oldham.
You intentionally mess with the distribution. Even if it was bad.
And then the unmovables were tech specifically for Starvo. Ended up not being great. I don't think OTK is particularly viable against Starvo at this point, especially as the decks get better. But those are the cards. The defense reaction I think we're going to be taking out. Me and my buddy Tate, who you guys have a video of him from RTM.
Yeah, he won the RTM with Prism. Yeah.
He's cracked out of his mind, and he kind of put together this list because I took Hayden's list.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. I started messing with the new cards, and then this is kind of where we ended up.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I would highly recommend you play it. Learn your lines. Basically, anytime I had this card in my hand, my blocking decision took 3 minutes because I had to think.
Oh, dude, the decision trees are
I just had
insane
to
with
think.
that card.
Yeah.
Like, if you play this correctly, you're gonna win most of your matches.
It's a really, really powerful effect.
Well, Alex, man, I appreciate you sharing the list with us, sharing your tournament experience. Well, also, I'm going to have a link to the list down in the description below for everyone who wants to import this on TTS or build it and test it out for yourself. Maybe somebody's next level and thought of something we haven't thought of yet, right? And so
maybe we'll see.
But congrats on top 4.
Thanks so much.
You're gonna get there in one of the next ones you play.
Yeah. Well, I'll see all you guys at the PT for sure.
Oh, for sure. Well, thanks again. Subscribe. I love you. Goodbye.